What's up, everyone? Welcome back. If you haven't been in this channel before, I like to talk about everything that we can do to progress ourselves to where we want to be and bridge the gap between who we want to be and where we are. So, right now, today, I want to talk about regaining our focus. Reason being, it's extremely hard right now. For a lot of people, I feel like, especially in my generation, with all the distractions and everything that's going on. Everybody's in a frenzied state, I feel, and I just want to, ground ourselves, help everybody ground themselves, and get back to where we want to be. Channel that focus, and with this three-step process, hopefully it'll help you because it helped me. So let's get into it without further ado. With this three-step process, the three sectors of it are going to be regaining your focus, channeling your focus, and then maintaining your focus. I'm going to give you a couple of pointers on each section of how to do it and what to incorporate. And then you let me know if it works for you. Hopefully it does. It's obviously easier said than done, and it's going to take you to actually get it done. Listening to me isn't really going to help. I'm just going to give you some ideas and pointers on where to start. So, just a little bit of background about me. I've always had a hard time struggling with staying focused and getting started on things, especially if it's a task that I don't care about, or if I don't have a groundwork or a map laid out for me on how to get started. That may be because of school or the United States schooling system. That may be because I have ADHD. I don't know. Never been diagnosed for it, never been tested for it. Not sure. But I've just never cared about anything that I don't care about. And I cannot force myself to do something that I don't care about. That's just what it is. Especially if there's no benefit to me. Especially if there's no benefit to me. That sounds, kind of crazy or selfish, but it's just the truth. I just never cared. Especially like school, for example. I just can't do it. But what I did to start regaining my focus was something I heard from a teacher back in school, funnily enough. He was a social studies teacher, and his method, what he said at the time, it sounded absolutely insane to me. But as I grew up, I realized, okay, maybe I can do this. So he was saying he comes to school without his phone. Reason being, everyone is addicted to their phone and they feel like they need it. And he was like, I wanted to change that for myself. His words, not mine, by the way. So he would come to school, no phone, no phone, and he literally wouldn't have it on him, wouldn't use it, as far as I seen. So I actually started incorporating that years later. Thank him for that. And now when I go to work, I try to, not use my phone until I get in a flow state. If you don't know what flow state is, you gotta lock in. But at work, you probably feel it after a little bit of time working. You just get into your flow and you're just locked in. There's really nothing that can stop you. So with my phone, I realize it's such a distraction before I'm in flow state. And if I don't use it and then I get in the flow state, use my phone after, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm only using it for music, podcasts, or something like that, just to help me get through the day. Not really on it texting or anything like that. So I think that was one of the biggest things that helped me regain my focus is just staying off my phone. Because then it made me realize, even beyond work, like, all right, I really don't need to be on my phone. And with that, it helped me in another front because I was addicted to social media. I'm sure a lot of you can agree with that or can relate to that. The fear of missing out, huge thing. I guess everyone in our generation has it, or most of us have it at least. And I always, always, always would go through this loop of deleting social media, telling myself, all right, what if somebody texts me? What if someone reaches out? What if I miss something, right? And then I'd re-download it. And funnily enough, maybe someone would text me. Most of the time, there would be no one that texted me, no one important at least. And I would just stay on it because I'd be waiting for somebody to text me. But other times, there would be times where I'd download it, someone would reach out, and it would fulfill the prophecy. And I would feel like, all right, I can't miss more because clearly people are going to text me. Although those conversations never led to anything, especially now, like it was really pointless. But not to even live your life that everything's pointless and nothing matters except grinding. But really, like it really went nowhere. None of them, at least. So, what was the big point? It's okay with missing it, is what I realize now because I spent so much time doing that. That was a big thing, is just getting off of social media and realizing it doesn't, you're not missing anything. If anyone really needed you, they'd have your number. Those are the people that care about you, that you care about. All the other people you don't need to care about. Everyone, it's okay. It's okay to miss out. And I had to realize that. I did. And now I feel a lot better without being on social media all the time, worrying about missing the big thing that never comes because it never comes. The next thing that I tried regaining my focus was reading books. and kind of slowing down my brain. Because, like I said, I was always in a frenzied state. I still kind of am. I still get that sometimes, but I'm having an easier time coming down and realizing, all right, just relax, take a couple deep breaths, focus on the one task at hand. Don't scramble. You only need to do one thing right now. Because for me, I always wanted to do 5 things at once, get a whole bunch of things done, because I do have fun doing a lot of different things. So attacking them all was the smartest course of action to me, although that's not how you get things done. It takes deep work on one thing for a certain amount of time to get better at it, instead of little work towards a bunch of things, getting better at nothing. After I realized that, it also helped me. So I picked 3 tasks for me. It's gonna be work, just because I'm there every day. I need to get my money up. So I gotta focus on that. 2 is gonna be the gym. 3 right now is gonna be education. So those 3 things are the 3 things that I work at. Nothing can shake me from completing those 3 tasks almost every day. Almost every day. So I would start with those. Find yourself the 3 tasks that you like, that work for you, and just go at them relentlessly. Don't let anything stop you. Whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be the same 3 things as me. It could be a completely different 3 things, but just make sure they're truly important to you and they're worth going after, you know? So, on to the next. I want to talk about channeling the energy after trying to regain it. Because once you regain your focus, you're a different man or a woman. You know, whoever you are, you're gonna be moving different, feeling different. Life is gonna look different to you. Feel me? You're leveled up. You're on level 1. Now we got to get to level 2 and beyond. So level 2, the channeling your focus. For me, this is gonna be the hardest method, or the hardest step, should I say? Because once again, I was always so frenzied and distracted by so many different things at once. I could never just channel it into a straight, direct beam of energy, right? Or focus. I heard this good quote by, I forget his name. I'll link it in the description below. He made a great video on a similar topic on how to get better at things, and I never forgot this. In a room, there's a light, right? Like a ceiling fan, let's say. The light's all over the room, lights up the whole room, which is great in some instances, some scenarios. But for most of them, you want it to be like a flashlight where it's a direct beam of light, or a laser, let's say. It's all compact, going to a straight point. That's what you want your focus to be. You don't want it to be the ceiling fan light, because it's all over the place, distracted, and it's lighting up a bunch of things, but none of those things are really the focal point, you know? So, using that, what do I want to be my focal point? Mine would be getting more money, getting bigger in the gym, or more in shape, and getting my education up. What can I wrap those 3 things in that can be the focal point? Progression, right? Progression. So now I have to make a plan towards that. And the plan that I made towards that is work every day towards all 3 of those things. Don't let anything shake me. Another thing that I did, right, to channel my focus was keeping good company. So there's a quote that I like to use, but it's with a little twist, which would be, show me your friends, I'll show you your life. I don't think that still applies today because of the internet and how much we consume and the people we're really around. And it might sound dumb, but you have to think about, we went from, talking to people every day in person to having headphones on, talking to people on the game all the time, or on meetings or this or that, So I don't think it really needs to be in person for it to be the people you're around. So for me, the channeling, it helped me so much to keep my music, songs that keep me focused, keep me locked in. This is going to be different than shows and movies, just because I can show you a song, tell you how it makes me feel, but you won't feel the same way, just because music has that type of it activates different receptors in your brain, or whatever is the reason for it. Same way when you see a cloud that looks like Abraham Lincoln, I'd see a duck. It just doesn't work that way. I don't know if it's the creativity or imagination. I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean. Just listening to music that helps you lock in, helps you keep that determination or focus. And then same thing for shows. I like watching shows that have characters who work every day towards one thing and have that one goal in mind, and they're just locked in. That's what it takes. It's going to take work every single day to get to where you want to be. So watching shows like that help me stay, all right, let me zoom out and just think about next month, next 2 months, next year. Where do I want to be? How do I get there? Building the blocks every day, building the blocks every day, building the blocks every day. After the channeling is going to be maintenance, but back to the channeling for 1 second. After you channel your focus, you just have to make sure, probably the most crucial part, not even that you're going in the right direction, but you're taking the right steps and you're keeping the good habits and getting rid of the bad ones. Bad habits will kill you 9 times out of 10, and they're gonna pull you right back into that. Whatever the loop is for you, I feel like a lot of people have that loop where they want to do better, start doing better, but then their bad habits just pull them back down and drag them back into that loop that unfortunately keeps them stuck, you know? So, maintenance. Maintenance for me, the way I like to explain it, the way I actually attacked it was there's the scientific mind and then the creative mind. These two things are an equation, right? When they come together, they create you, right? The person that you are, whatever that may be, whatever values you hold, whatever beliefs you have, they create you. And I want to show you guys 2 books really quickly that help me build both of those things. 2 books, right? We got Joyland by Stephen King, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, right? 2 great books. I think you guys can tell which book is the scientific mind, or the scientific mind right here, boom, and then the creative mind. So these 2 books, 2 entirely different books, but you learn the same amount from each one, believe it or not, right? You learn more scientifically on the surface with the compound effect, but then with the creative mind, you learn more with books like this. Reason being, you can feed your mind the equation all day, but you aren't a robot. You aren't a robot. There are going to be times where you wake up and you're feeling a little bit different. There are going to be times where, for example, you tell yourself you want to wake up at 6:45 every day. You go to sleep late one night, you wake up, man, I don't want to get up right now. I don't even have to. So you hit the snooze button, right? That's going to be the scientific mind and its failure. You can do all you want to squeeze the juice, right? To maximize your effort to grind towards one thing, but you still need to be able to take a step back and realize you're human, because we are human. That's what we are at the end of the day. And this book right here taught me so much more about myself than the compound effect ever could. It helped me with money and equations, and once again, the literal finance aspect or the literal growth aspect. This helped me with the emotional growth aspect, which I think is equally as important, if not more, right? Because money comes and goes, this doesn't, or emotions don't, you know? So try and balance those 2 things out, because without the other, I think you do fail as a person. But when you do have both combined, you become more than a great person. The books aren't the only thing either. There's so many other things like movies and shows. Like you can watch um, billionaires talking all day about how I did this, how I did that, how I did this, how I did that. Eventually, just like me, because I went down that route. I was watching that every day. I was watching Alex Hormozy, Dan Coe, Iman Gadzhi, just a whole bunch of people who make money and that's just what they do. And all they do is talk about it. Great people, by the way. They have a lot of good insights, but I realized I'm not there. It doesn't help me just consuming it all the time. It doesn't. So what I started to find a little bit better was listening to audiobooks or conspiracy theories. Those helped me realize, all right, you can grind and work towards whatever you want, but take time for yourself, right? Take time to feed yourself so that you're not exhausted mentally or physically. And I think that's the last thing that's so important is the maintenance. You can go as hard as you want, but make sure you recover 2 times better. And the recovery would be the the stories, audiobooks, or whatever it is for you, whatever that is. Because for me, it would be audiobooks, video games, and just relaxing. Honestly, like relaxing things that I like to do. That doesn't mean you don't work, but make sure you take the time to recover, because recovery is going to be what allows you to grow and go even harder in the future, right? Keep that in mind. Work towards that. You guys let me know if this 3-step process helps you. Help me. Hopefully it helps you guys out. If not, let me know what I can add, what I can remove, and what I can do to help you guys, help us, help me get better, you know? Other than that, I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, take care. Enjoy. Good luck. Peace.